Many Democrats say a House budget bill passed in Washington could slash Medicaid funding.
Now, some Republican leaders here in Minnesota are also raising concerns. In Minnesota, more than 1 million seniors, disabled Minnesotans, and children are enrolled in Medicaid. As Caroline Cummings reports, some in the state legislature are concerned about what cuts will mean to state services and the budget's bottom line.
Current resolution is adopted.
On Tuesday night, the United States House of Representatives approved a budget resolution providing a framework that calls for trillions in tax cuts and slashing federal spending by $1.5 trillion over a decade, prompting concerns that Medicaid could be at risk. The feds pick up a little more than half the tab when it comes to Medicaid funding, and the state is accountable for the other half. The federal government covers even more when it comes to the Medicaid expansion population. And some state legislative Republicans are sounding the alarm about the potential impact, writing in a letter to Minnesota's Republican members of Congress, saying in part, quote, drastic reductions to Medicaid funding have the potential to impact the 1.4 million people we serve and place incredible pressure on the overall state budget. There are no other sources to make up the lost federal share beyond severely impacting our seniors and those with disabilities who we serve. This is contrary to how we Republicans respect the aged and the vulnerable. Signing off on that letter saying, quote, you can make the difference in this debate. Please, please do. DFL Congresswoman Betty McCollum released the letter on her X account, and we tried to speak with the state senators and representatives who signed on to the letter, and they either weren't available or they declined to speak further. GOP House Speaker Mike Johnson said the focus is rooting out any waste, fraud, or abuse in Medicaid programs to find savings.
What you're doing with that is you're shoring up the program, and you're making sure that the people who rely upon that have it, and that it's a better program. That's what we're talking about. You've heard the president say that. You've heard members of the House Republican Conference say that. And no one else has said anything else, except the Democrats who have ads out that are lying about the intention here.
In St. Paul, Caroline Cummings, WCCO News.
WCCO also reached out to Minnesota's Republican members of Congress for comment about that letter. We did not hear back.